Before this video starts, make sure you go follow me on Instagram and on Twitch at, well, my Instagram is Unorthodox Beats and my Twitch is Unorthodox Gaming 97. Links in the description. You know how we do. Let's get on with this video, baby. Wow. What's up? How are we doing? I hope we're good. I'm tired again. I woke up 10 seconds ago. Nevertheless, we're back for another video. Today we're gonna learn how to sample. I've been sampling a lot in my recent videos. I'm not exactly sure why, it's really no particular reason, but I thought, you know what, why don't I just show you how to sample, or what I do when I sample. I know I skip through it a lot and I do it really, really fast and stuff like that, because one, because I'm just lazy at editing, and two, I'm just that good. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys what exactly I do, and I'm not gonna be using SliceX because, like, I don't know how to use SliceX, if I'm gonna be completely honest, and two, I just like doing things my own way. I don't know, but yeah. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to comment on videos I shoot in the future in the comment section below, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's below. Just scroll down. It's not hard. Click it. It's free as well. You know what I'm saying? Just click it. Everybody likes free stuff. All right. You're gonna be getting quality content. I don't know why I'm pitching. Just subscribe, all right, and then turn on post notifications, all right. So I'm gonna choose one of these loops. Actually, let me put my headphones on first. All right, so we got our loop here. It sounds like this. It's kind of weird. Alright, so first thing I like to do when I sample my beats is actually look for a nice loop point in the sample so that I can use that in the beat and it sounds uniform in the beat. What I mean by this is, well, I'll show you right now. See, normally when I do this, I'm so good that I can just go in the playlist and just, you know, figure it out myself. But just to make this easier, we're gonna go into channel settings. We're gonna press Control E on the keyboard, or you can just right click on the sample and press edit right here. I don't know if that shows up on the screen, but yeah. And then it's gonna open up in Edison. You know, you can also drag and drop in Edison and all that stuff, but I'm just gonna do it like this. All right, so here's our sample. I'm just gonna find a very nice loop, or like a loop point in the sample that will, you know, flow well. So you'll hear what I mean. I'll just demonstrate. So actually, and before that, let's actually let me turn up the tempo before I do this. Alright, and now what we're gonna do is, no matter what tempo it's at, this will work. So we're just gonna make sure that the loop is like in sync with the tempo. And to do that, we go to edit properties, and I don't know why I can't bring it over here. Okay, and then you just press tempo sync, hit accept, and that just makes sure the loop is in sync with the tempo. I mean, I don't know how else to explain that. Whatever. Let's just find a loop. Better. Alright, so cool, this is nice. Now that we have a nice little loop for ourselves, what we're gonna do now is use this little button. We're gonna click it and hold it, and then we're gonna drag it onto our piano, or not a piano roll, into the playlist. Onto the playlist. Alright, we're gonna drag it onto the playlist, and now we have our loop. So it's cool, everything, it's gonna loop. It's gonna. So that's cool. Now all we do is put the drums down, right? Well, let's do that. Let's put the drums down. Alright, let's hear it. Shouldn't sound like that. Why shouldn't it sound like that? Well, it's a good question. The reason why it sounds all messed up is because it's not stretched to the tempo. It's not stretched to, like, so we're gonna have to manually tempo sync the actual sample to the beat ourselves. So in order to do this, it's very simple. Literally just change the stretch if you haven't. Mine's on bar because I was like rearranging a beat earlier. So I'm just gonna do it to events because that just lets you stretch it as freely as possible. Drag it, oh whoops. Make sure that it's on stretch. You stretch it to here. Let it stretch, and now it should be in sync. So it's gonna sound weird, but here's what it sounds like. So now you see it's on beat now, so it sounds good. Or I mean, I didn't really need to do that. I could have just used a metronome and like, yeah, so obviously we could have done that, but it doesn't matter. All right, so now we have our sample stretched and it's a perfect loop and everything. So now what I like to do is just play around with it with like some gross beat or something. Or actually no, forget that. Forget I said that. Not yet. What I am going to do, however, is put this thing on the first sampler channel, or mixer channel, I'm sorry. And I'm just gonna EQ it real quick. The reason why I'm EQing it is because when you start adding the 808s and the sub basses and all the low end stuff, you don't want the low end to clash. So I'm just gonna EQ this sound. So I'm gonna isolate it from all other things. We're just gonna isolate it. Now let's open that EQ thing again. Let's just EQ it. Get rid of. I have an EQing tutorial, so if you want to go in depth with this, just look it up. I did it. I know a mixing tutorial I have that teaches you all the stuff about EQing and stuff. So I'm just gonna do it real quick. I'm not gonna go in depth right now. So let's just EQ this. Alright, and now another thing I like to do is just add reverb, because you know, reverb never hurts. It always makes everything sound cooler. I mean, if you disagree, I don't really care. Alright, reverb's cool. Now let's add some gross beat. And another thing is, like, when you're done EQing and stretching and finding your loop for the sample, you can add as much effects as you want. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just adding effect. I kind of just want to make the beat, honestly. I mean, it's a really good sample, and yeah, so we're just going to continue. So a few mixer presets I like to use, or a few presets I like to use on gross beat is, of course, half speed. It sounds like this. And now it's going to sound weird, obviously, but all we can do to combat that is just pitch it up so that it sounds like this. Slow, however, to get rid of all that, we can just turn up the wet on the reverb. But that's a little too slow, so I'm not going to use that. Forgot to pitch that down. Alright, so I'm just going to use that and then probably add a sidechain. This is my process of sampling. This is what I like to do a lot. So, I mean, obviously there's different ways, but I mean, yeah, this is just what I like to do to my samples. Now that we're done fixing our sample and EQing and all that stuff, you're probably wondering, what if I want to add to the sample and I don't know what notes to use? Well, it's a good question. What we can do is go ahead and go back into Edison. So we're going to take the sample with the perfect loop, we're going to do the Control E thing, and now if you want to know the notes to use in your sample, and like, you know, maybe add like an 808 or add another counter melody and use that, all you gotta do is go here in Edison, click the text pitch regions right here, and then you got all your notes that are used in the sample. So in this sample in particular, we have G, F, and C, I believe. There might be some more. Just zoom in by holding Control and then scroll wheel. Oh, and there's F sharp. So I'm just gonna go, actually I'm just gonna make a counter melody right now for you guys so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So, alright, I'm gonna use Electro. But before I use Electro, we're gonna need the notes. Instead of going back and forth here and figuring out what notes, I'm just gonna make a sampler channel and just like help us out with the notes. So you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute, because I know right now I'm making absolutely no sense. So we're just gonna detach this. No, I did not mean to do that. Detached. Alright, now that we have, okay, great. We got this attached, so now it won't go away, and I'm just gonna add the notes to the sampler channel. G F sharp, where's F sharp? And F and C. Okay, this is our scale right here. This is what we're gonna use in our beat or whatever. Looks good. Now we can add our counter melody. So I'm just gonna look for, where's Electro? Oh, here it is. All right, cool. So we're back. Hello. Okay, so all I did really was use that ghost notes thing. Like I used the ghost notes from that whole scale retrieval thing. The ghost notes that are here in this thing right here. I used those notes in my counter melody, so I'll show you that in a minute, and that's why I turned off the camera, because I was working on it for a little bit because it was just annoying. But I got it, and it sounds nice. And as you can tell, I only used the notes that were in the scale of the melody. Now, of course, there are ways you can go out of it, but I'm just trying to make this simple for you guys. So this is how I did. So look, as you can tell, all these notes that I used are in that scale. Every single one that I used is using a ghost note from that original sample. So I'm just gonna play the original sample and the counter melody at the same time. So here's what they sound like. And as you can also tell, I put gross beat on the second sample, and I personally think that sounds very nice. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna finish this beat because this tutorial is pretty much over. I'm just gonna finish the beat, and then yeah. So sit tight. But yeah, man, there you have it. There is my, well, there's some gems for you guys to collect on how to sample your beats. or how to add samples to your beats and how to make your samples pop and all that stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If you liked it, make sure you leave a like. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below on whether or not I should do more videos like this in the future, or I should do something else. Let me know what you want to see. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.